call. Could you tell me why Pete Rock and CL Smooth won't work together anymore?
Because they have a history of beef, and CL ain't letting that shit go. And I'm not mad at him for that.
No, it's Pete that's not letting it go. CL said he wanted to work with Pete, and Pete was like, nah.
I'm sorry.
He
My fault.
you
are correct.
And I didn't know what the beef was like. But he said he wasn't going to work with CL Smooth no more.
After
that was
working
very
with somebody for
disappointing.
so long, you just don't click with him like that.
Nah, he
anymore.
did something shady.
Yeah, something happened.
And you know what's crazy? They hasn't really said what it was. But Nas did say this: if for him to work with P Rock again, he got to get back with CL Smooth. That's what Nas told him.
Ain't never gonna happen.
Yeah,
that's a dub. Like Pete Rock is. Serious. He's standing on business on this.
I think they'll change up. Whatever.
The only way it will change up is if Pete Rock's money is hurt. I don't know his money situation.
If he does, by then nobody's gonna give a fuck.
No, people gonna care if Pete Rock CL Smooth.
Dude.
They gonna care if Pete Rock CL Smooth get back.
You're right. I will. I'm one of those.
They are gonna care. Everybody's gonna care.
I don't care if I'm 60. Like if they get back together,
they're not doing nothing at that
what's
age again, though, man.
Yeah, you're right.
That's what I'm saying. Like even if he does, whatever. It's been so long, bro. Like
and on top of that
wave is that wave.
And I agree with you.
Like,
they're never going to capture Troy.
Like that's done.
Never going to capture Troy.
That part is done.
Or straighten it out.
Yeah,
like,
well,
but that's what I'm be looking for.
But see, they
that magic.
Right, so they probably done cook up something that's.
Why don't P Rock just work with somebody else?
Ovito.
I don't.
I mean, CL Smooth would just work with other producers.
I don't.
I get there's a magic between them, but it's not like CL is whack without P Rock. He's still CL Smooth.
Yeah, you're right, but it's just like. It's the relationship you always remember that's over with, but you remember that relationship as they were back then. That's what that is.
It's like the Neptunes. Does nobody care that the Neptunes aren't together anymore?
You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? That whole wave is gone.
Yeah.
Unless he actually vocalizes it, like
somebody out here crying for Chad Hughes.
You know what I mean? Oh man, I miss Chad. Can somebody get Chad to come back and maybe we can apologize?
It's not the same no more.
Pharrell, look at
yeah, he doing his own
because Pharrell was the name.
Doesn't matter.
I was going to say Pharrell was the name of the group.
I'm sure they both.
No. Chad was.
I'm sure Chad was
the hell of a whole.
I'm sure Pharrell was more like the face.
Yeah, and because Pharrell is the face, he wanted more than what he was.
For real.
You just think about the good old days. That's all we could do is just think about the good old days.
They made lots of money
when it was good together.
They got further together than they would have made it on their own if they started by themselves.
True.
Yeah. Sometimes it just
that's life.
You come up together.
I get it. You can't be around 24/7 for 20 plus years.
People grow apart. Men and women. Business relationships. Grow apart after a while. That's just what we come to. You understand it as you get older. You just grown out. I don't.
You probably do some shit that I just don't fuck with no more.
Grow apart.
I've always wondered about EPMD. Didn't one of them send one of them?
That was some shiesty. That was shiesty.
I always wonder, how do you get back together after that?
What happened again?
One of them robbed the other one, or had them set up to be, it was shy. It was.
I don't know which one. I don't know if it was Eric Sermon or PMD.
I think it probably Eric Sermon because he was on them. He was on them pills.
I got to throw allegedly on everything. Yeah. But allegedly, one of them sent somebody to get the other one. I could never
work with you again. I'm sorry. I don't care how bad my money is.
Like I couldn't feel comfortable with you.
Yeah.
And then that just lets you know
that's beyond normal.
Sherman, he had the pill.
That lets me know what you think of me. You think that much of me to send boys to come get me your partner?
I wouldn't say that. You probably didn't. Some people wasn't responsible with their money or their business affairs.
But I'm the one you send your goons to come get.
I feel you. But listen though, what I'm saying is they're not taking full responsibility for their actions. So because one person on his game, he doing what he's supposed to, and you probably went to him because you needed something, but he ain't with you no more because you ain't changing your lifestyle. So you envy him because he on point. So you send niggas to go get him.
I mean, regardless.
It's wrong.
but that's super.
That thing allegedly it was on Eric because he had the drug problem.
Yeah, but still, that's another reason I wouldn't want to deal with you. You do drugs and send people to my crib.
Exactly.
That's another reason
Like
I can't rock with you.
That's wicked.
That is the ultimate.
Yeah.
That is the ultimate of some.
I was shocked when they got back together. I'm like, why?
I couldn't.
Right. Oh, you know the shit.
As a fan, I was like, yes, but as a man, I was like,
I'm never shooting that bad where somebody who did that to me, I need to reconcile with.
Yeah.
So we can get some money. I'll never be shooting that bad. That's shooting bad there.
I don't think they got together to reconcile over some money.
No. They reconciled to get some money. You know.
But Eric Sermon made money though, don't he? He
Yeah,
was the
I
one
mean,
saying
Sermon, he
was
was up in the game.
yeah.
Well, I mean, but come on now. Eric Sermon came out with Def Squad.
Yeah, he
Red
did.
Man,
but,
all
but
them like
that,
it
like,
was
he
Parrish
got
who
hit,
wasn't
but
doing nothing.
If you seen his interview on Drink Champs, right? That he had an issue of the pills, spending some money on that shit. So he had money issues behind them pill habits.
That's crazy though, like because EPMD is like one of the greatest groups of all time, and then you hear this is how it really happened. Like, wow, that's
It's just terrible to hear it go
That
down
is.
like that.
That is.
What if CL Smooth sent people to Pete Rock's house? Because we don't know what happened.
That's one thing that never came out. Why
Nah, I don't
they
think why they're beefing. None of that. Just
saying they don't do each other no more.
Yeah.
I mean,
Like
And you know what? And that's why
I respect that though.
Yeah,
I respect that enough that it hasn't came out.
Right.
What y'all are beefing over?
Right.
It's just we ain't each other no more.
So let's hypothetically speak. What would be the reason why you would never with nobody?
Money, got money.
money, not money.
Women.
Seen something.
Women, probably
No,
somebody.
anything
Girl,
that
You
involves
can't put
my-
nothing past anybody these days.
No, anything that involves my health. You sent anybody, you shot at me, you sent somebody to harm me, anything like that, we are never never again.
I just the
Money
way
I can
Pete
get
Rock
over.
said it, and he was firm in saying it. Yeah,
It had to be like you probably made a
he's
pass.
serious.
You probably made a pass on my wife, or you tried to tell her something about what we did because you trying to get at her, something like that. You know what I'm saying? Something. It was real close and personal.
All right.